again, and I like to say this. ISO is my segment when I go one-on-one. I just want to say Jordan Poole belongs in the G League. You might say, what? Wow, how could you say that about Jordan Poole? That motherfucker sucks. And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. He's averaging 16 per game. He's on the fucking bench talking about this is my team. Bro, you only had 2 20-point games this whole fucking season. We thought you were gonna go off. We thought you were gonna be the next James fucking Harden. And you are not that. Maybe you are that because you're playing lazy and you're playing sloppy. You're playing like the James Harden of today. You're not playing like James Harden of the old. And I think about this way, Jordan Poole. I want you to succeed. I want you to be great. I want you to launch it from 3. I want you to be the next Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, along those lines, along those grades, the light-skinned legends. But you are not holding it down for anybody. You are disappointing the Washington Wizards. You are disappointing Chocolate City. You are disappointing all the East African baddies out there that's coming to watch you every fucking night by getting paid by their African husband to sit courtside. You're letting me down. You're letting the parlays down. I know I keep saying that, but betting is what makes America great. So let's get into it. Around the fucking key, Gio fucking Colin, how you guys fucking doing? They say I talk too low, so now I'm gonna be really loud and I'm gonna have a lot of fucking energy. So if you can't keep up, leave the fucking room. How you doing, fellas?
Listen, the Wizards are a fun team.
The Wizards are a G League team, so it's okay.
But they're fun.
You're right.
they're an NBA League Pass team to have because they're just fun to watch. They're just ridiculous. It's great. It's awesome. I'm having fun watching them. I'm having fun seeing Jordan Poole throw a backboard lob alley-oop to Kyle Kuzma when they're down 20. That's good. That's good entertainment. Jordan Poole knows how to entertain.
I just hate how all the sports blogs were like when Jordan Poole did a spin and he made a bucket and it was like, oh, Jordan Poole's unstoppable. I'm like, yo, this motherfucker has like 12 points and it's the fourth quarter, bro. This was playing so much bad basketball. And the second thing, it is Kuzma's team. Kuzma is the best player on that team. He is the most polished on that team. He is a solid player. He will be in the league a long time. Jordan Poole, I can't say the same about you, buddy. You got one more season to do his bullshit, or it's ni hao.
I don't know about that. I mean, I was there on Sunday, and the Wizards shot less than 40% from the field and less than 30% from 3, and Kuzma had a huge part in that. They're fun. They're fun for what you see on Twitter. Like they're fun to like see like the Kuzma off the backboard
That's
stuff.
fun.
You don't want to watch a full game though. That's what I'm saying.
You don't want to be a Wizards fan.
You can watch like the little like funny play that they put out and they put on the timeline, but you don't want to watch a full game of that.
All right, man. You know, some people come to hoop. I come to box. Draymond's at the point in his career where he just doesn't want to play basketball. He's just like, who wants to squabble? And I fuck with that. I ain't gonna lie. Because if I ever had beef with you at some point in my life, I'm trying to fuck you up. I ain't gonna play with you. Because you saw with Anthony Edwards the other night. Yo, Anthony Edwards was fucking cooking that man. And I can't front. Everybody's been in that situation where, like, you know you can't do anything. So it's just like, the option is to fight. I'm gonna fuck you up. So the next day they played 2 days again in the in-season tournament for some reason. I hate these back-to-back games that they're doing now. I just don't. This is not baseball, bro. Like, just stop this shit. So they play back-to-back, and from the beginning, I think Klay Thompson got into it with Jaden McDaniels. Am I correct?
Yeah, they were ripping at each other's jerseys.
Yeah, they started like doing like wrestling, like I don't even know how to explain it.
They were like
they had each other's hands just in each other's. It's like when like a defensive back and like a wide receiver are off the break and they just like yank at each other's jerseys.
They just got caught up. They just got tangled up like going for a rebound, and then there was like shoving and shoving.
Yeah, they were on their way back. It was changed.
Yeah, they were Hulk Hogan each other. You know what I mean? They were trying to rip each other. Come on, brother. But they got to a squabble, and you guess who couldn't fucking wait? They started playing the Chris Benoit music. And it started getting real crazy. You saw Draymond from the top row. By God, it's Draymond. And Draymond.
He got over there so fast.
That's
faster than he runs on the court. He saw Rudy Gobert, and he ran faster at Rudy than he runs faster at the rim.
The funniest part of all of it is that Rudy wasn't even like doing like much. He was just trying to get in the middle.
I think he was trying to break it up.
Yeah, he was just trying to break it up.
Next
and then
Draymond's
like, now's my chance, and puts him in a headlock and drags him about 15 yards. And then Cat Cat was trying to get in there, getting his punches. He accidentally hit Rudy Gobert in the head too. Like it was just chaos. Cat wasn't doing shit.
Yo, that team was a bunch of goofy ass motherfuckers, except for like Anthony Edwards and Jaden McDaniels and fucking Nas Reed, bro.
Right.
Outside of that, Cat and fucking Rudy, oh man, because they both got put in headlocks on that same team.
Yeah,
that's the team where you get put in fucking headlocks. Like they're just getting bullied. Like they're like the kids that get pushed in fucking lockers, bro. It's like a Disney Channel.
You know what the score was when all this was going on?
It was like 5-5.
It was 0-0.
Yeah,
I would say you expect this down the stretch of a close game, when tempers are flaring through the whole game. No, it was
just started.
Rudy Gobert was like, that's crazy too. Just Rudy Gobert was like, Draymond doesn't want to play when Steph Curry's out there. He's just trying to squabble, and I get it. I ain't gonna front. I won 4 rings. And if anybody got a problem at this point, because I'm not nice no more, it's over. I can't do shit now. I'm gonna fuck you up. I keep saying that, but I'm really gonna fuck you up. Like anybody that ever had a problem with me, anybody that had ever looked at me wrong, I'm on some real killer shit.
It was just funnier that it's just funny that it happened to Rudy Gobert. Gobert. It's just fun. It's just so funny. Someone said
Gobert.
Someone said on Twitter that Draymond was fighting for all the people from COVID.
Yeah,
because Rudy Gobert started it. That's so funny, man. It's ridiculous. I love NBA fights.
But I truly think that it's gotten out of control just because I get that Draymond has a lot of energy and I love that, but at the same time he has to stop fighting people. I get it. It's fun.
Good take.
Great take. But no, seriously, because it's all right, if you guys are going to compete for a championship and one last hoorah, I think you can't just be beating up everybody. The Anthony Edwards shit was alarming to me because Anthony Edwards was just hooping, bro. And you fouled him hard. He didn't like that. I don't understand that.
Yeah, it's funny that he posted the thing though where he's like, I'm Draymond, I'm gonna be Draymond. What if he drives a bus through a building up, just Draymond being Draymond, me Scorpio season.
Draymond's probably gonna be suspended 5 games past the Scorpio season.
That's what
he's probably gonna be. He's probably gonna be suspended 5 games. I think again, you can't be doing this down the stretch, like you said. When playoffs come around and when your team needs wins and needs you, because he is a valuable member of that rotation. Now the Warriors. This is what the Warriors got. They got the 2 dirtiest players in the NBA, and Draymond and Chris Paul. This is kind of what you expect, par for the course,
the villain team, the fucking anti-heroes. But listen, man,
your Lakers too.
I was excited. Yeah, Anthony Davis, he put somebody out there.
Yeah,
he got
Vlado Konkar, I believe it was.
Who?
They shoved him.
They drafted who?
Shoved him to the ground.
But no, listen, man. Wembenyama has been very disappointing, and I might people at home oh, he's young. And
I am people.
He's got 10 rebounds and he's averaging 18. And I get it. He's young. He's not strong yet. He's 19. He's a baby. I think he's gonna be good down the line. I'm just mad about how overhyped he was. And you might be saying, well, that's not him. That's the critic. That's the narrative. Well, I'm mad at the people that made the narrative, bro, because he has been underwhelming to me. He has not been that impressive. Last night, he had 8 points. Yeah, you can shake your head all you want, and you can say, yeah, I'm a basketball purist, and he's going to be good and give the rookie some time. But I don't give a fuck about that. I want to see this motherfucking ball out. The first game that he had on national fucking television, everybody tuned in, and it was oh, you had all these great rookies. They had the lineups preparing him to go to the fucking Garden. You're like, Wembenyama's coming to the Garden. He's going to go off and get 20, 25 points. This is going to be the showing that you need. Ass. Then last night, it's him versus Chet. They got some type of beef. They're going to duel out. They're going to be the next LeBron and Melo of this generation. He had 8 points. Chet had 9. Now I give Chet a break because he's the 4th option in terms of scoring, and they have better players. It's different over there. And with Wemby's case, he is the guy. He is the guy that they're running through. And nothing's happening for me. I'm not impressed yet. I think he's going to be good. Everybody's like, oh, you don't know about basketball. And then you're mad at home. Shut up. I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying, he's going to be good. But tell me something different. I'm just underwhelmed, bro.
Listen, he's good. He's good.
He's fantastic.
He's great.
He's
I don't know how
he's fair.
I don't care about what's the Garden and the nationally televised. That's all pizzazz that the NBA just throws in to fluff things up. He had in between those 2 games. In between those 2 games, he had 29 against I
got you.
Minnesota. He had 29 against Minnesota.
Oh,
That's the number 1 defense in the league. He had 38 2 weeks ago or whatever. It wasn't a televised game, but it was sick. You know, we talk about like rookies all the time. LeBron is the big name we compare him to. We all love LeBron, but he's 2 off points per game for LeBron's pace for scoring. He had 38 the other week. LeBron didn't have. He had 38 once and he had 40 something after that. Both those games, he didn't have that until March and February of his rookie year. He got 38 3 weeks into the season. He's averaging 2+ blocks per game.
You want me?
That's a defensive player of the year.
Keep it stacked?
No, let's keep it a buck.
I was a Michael Jordan fan, and then you had somebody that come in and say, "This motherfucker is the next Michael Jordan, the chosen one," and he's been playing like that the first couple weeks. I was like, fuck out of here, because you got to think about it. Before when LeBron got drafted and he came into, even though his own teammates were hating on him.
Look at this. We got a comment from Dembe that says,
"What up?
Wemby is doing great right now as a rookie. He is. He's averaging over 18.5 points. He's nearly averaging a double-double. He's got about almost 9.5 rebounds per game. He's second.
He's top 4 in blocks
currently
per game.
He's second in odds for defensive player of the year.
Top 4 in blocks per game for the entire NBA.
He's having a great rookie season.
JBobby
This is early. We are so early. What are we? 10? Are we?
If you don't know me, I'm gonna let you. I'm
10
gonna
games
introduce myself. My name is JBobby, and I always say fuck your stats because your stats don't tell the whole story. They look good, but have the Spurs been doing well? Yeah, they don't have a good team.
They don't have a good team.
This motherfucker is supposed to carry them to the promised land. Yes, I know LeBron his rookie year they didn't make the fucking playoffs, but damn, brother, I'm not feeling it yet. And then I get it. I'm just saying he has to pick it up eventually, right? He has to be more consistent, right?
I mean, like
I don't care about. I don't care.
What do you care about?
Bro, he's shooting.
I care about seeing like flashes and like sick moments because I don't care about like his like field goal percentage. I don't care about field goal percentage for rookies because you got to figure it out.
He's shooting over 45%.
You know who had flashes and great moments? Karl Anthony Towns, baby.
Stop it. He's shooting.
What are you talking about? Karl Anthony is Karl. Fuck all that.
Do not say Karl Anthony Towns and Victor Wembanyama in the
I'll
same
say
sentence.
this is how I take it when it's a rookie, and I think this is just how you should play with rookies because they're younger. You take the good, it's the bad, you can dismiss it because they're rookies. It's an easy, you're setting the bar low. But he's fucking 19 years old.
And Wemby he's playing he's shooting over 45% from the field as a rookie because it's not just like he's a big man. Like he's shooting from deep. He's shooting the mid range. He's the longest player in the NBA. He's blocking guys from the pause. He's blocking guys that he shouldn't be blocking. He's dunking from the restricted areas, like with his arm. He's still in the restricted area.
Motherfucker's 7'11". We know he's gonna do that.
Exactly. So he's doing crazy things, and he's averaging almost a double per game as a rookie. What are we talking about? He had 38 the other week, 2 weeks ago.
I thought he was gonna revolutionize the game. I thought he was, bro.
Would you want him to average 30 points per game?
Yes, motherfucker.
That's insane.
Bro.
Yeah, you're not gonna get that.
I didn't think so. Not 30 points, but at least on a consistent 20 or something like that. Like you have 8. You had 8 points last night. I don't know.
We're 10 games in the season.
He's averaging 18. He's close.
I hate when people say that. That's all I can react to is 10 games,
I know,
bro. That's all I got.
I know, but
that's all. What I'm seeing is what I'm giving you right now. I'm not talking about in the future. I said I think he's going to be good. I'm just reacting to right now. And I hate when people be like, "Oh, you can't react to this 10 games because it's only 10 games. It's early." Bro, just let me. This is what I see. That's what I like. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I get it, bro.
More power to you.
Listen, man. I'm just saying. Whatever. I'm disappointed. All right, the Clippers are the worst super team in history.
Yes.
Not the Nets. We did it, boys.
Yes.
I don't really think the Nets just weren't healthy.
I think their first super team was pretty.
Oh, what KG? Paul
yeah,
Pierce?
because that team was healthy.
Well, that was also like that was
a retirement.
There was that infamous Sports Illustrated cover.
What you want to talk about?
Who wants a piece of them?
You want to talk about infamous Sports Illustrated?
Turns out everyone wanted a piece of them.
Dwight Howard, Steve Nash, that super team, but they were also banged up too and old.
I kind of knew that wasn't gonna work.
But Clippers are. It's just historically bad. They're 0-6 since acquiring James Harden. James Harden is 0-6 with the Clippers. It's bad. They just haven't figured it out. And honestly, I feel bad for Paul George. I feel a little bad for Kawhi Leonard, but
I feel bad for PG and Kawhi.
It's very comical. It's very funny. Also Russell Westbrook too, because I like what Russell Westbrook.
They treat every game like they're just gonna walk into it.
Right.
There's not a sense of urgency really until the fourth quarter, and then when it's the fourth quarter, they're either coming back or they're fighting off another run.
Correct.
It's just bad mojo. James
Harden had 29 last night, and with that, he still fucking lost. And I'm just so confused about that team because it's a fucking cartoon, bro. It's like Family Guy. it's like, yo,
Who's
bro.
Meg?
Yeah, like Meg is definitely James Harden. Everybody fucking but I'm
James
just,
Harden is the new Megan Griffin.
but I'm just like, yo, bro, like I just be watching that team and I'm like, yo, it doesn't work. You saw Russ coming off the bench. I mean, not coming off the bench. Like the other night, he got subbed out for James Harden. He was frustrated about that. You're already having trouble in paradise. You know, they're 0-6. They can't figure out the lineups. They don't know how. And I get it. That's what happens when you have star players and everybody's trying to like, oh, I'll pass you the ball. Maybe I need to fall back. You don't know what to do and you have to build that chemistry. But I think in this point, in this time, I think everything that we see from them and everybody makes all these jokes and these memes, I'm going to fucking love it. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to fucking, I'm going to swim in it because I want to like Paul George. I like Paul George now that he has a podcast and he's speaking to people and I know him as a personality now.
Yeah.
But it's just like, this is just comical because they called him playoff P. He said he was going to be great. And then he's stretching now every night and he's more locked in. He heard the rumors. And like the motherfucker had 8 points the other night against the fucking whoever the fuck it was. But I'm just saying, I just think the Clippers.
I mean, they played the Nuggets last night. Was the team they played? That's what you're referring to.
No, it was the other night when he had.
The one before that. Okay.
But like it's so interesting to see. Like I don't know if this is a hot take or not. This might just be a regular take, like a mild, lukewarm take. But like they acquired the wrong superstar for that team structure. I don't think James Harden as a guard was the right answer for them. I feel like they need.
I said that last week.
I know. I feel like they need a big man superstar, not like a point guard like James Harden that's handling the ball. Because you could have Paul George handle the ball. You could have whoever else, Russell Westbrook when he's coming off the bench.
Can you trade a player again?
I would say, you know what I would have liked?
Can you trade
him again?
No, you gotta wait at least 60 days, I believe.
The Los Angeles Clippers should trade. The Los Angeles Clippers should trade James Harden again.
It's true though. I think they should trade for a big man because I think that's the one piece that they're missing. Zubac
you know what I think they should do? They should trade. I think the numbers work for it, but I think they should trade just because. I'll just say it. They should trade Paul George for Cat if they're looking to really shake things up. Now I love whether the Timberwolves are the #1 defense in the league right now. They're off to a fantastic start, but think about it this way. They could use help on the wing. You know, you get a guy with Anthony Edwards is there. You get PG there. PG can kind of mentor him a little bit. And then it's not like they're losing anything down low because you still got Naz Reid. Naz Reid honestly deserves to start. He's playing great. And you still have Gobert there. And then you got the Clippers. They need a big. They can space the floor. Got to space the floor with guys like Russ on the floor. It's kind of
dude, that Minnesota
kind of makes a little bit of sense.
That Minnesota starting five would be probably Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Paul George.
No, it'd be Conley.
Conley, Edwards,
and Paul George, Naz Reid, Gobert. That's still a big fucking team.
Oh my God!
Is Colin a better coach than Ty Lue?
My God, that's incredible.
Colin was like, Ty Lue's too good of a coach. He's gonna figure out.
I was singing Ty Lue's praises last week, but I can't ignore 0-6.
Is Ty Lue riding off the coattails of LeBron James? He might be.
I don't know about.
I feel bad for Ty Lue because people like me who were born in 1998 only know him for getting like stepped over by Allen Iverson.
I feel like he rewrote history with winning that championship, right? I think people look at him different.
Before he won that
I didn't even.
That's literally all I knew about him
at that time. But I feel like it's a different respect for Ty Lue, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
But I just think that obviously he went to the Clippers because he saw the opportunity to have a fucking great team there. And I understand that, but they haven't won. And then is that at some point, when do you point the finger at the coach?
Sure.
You know what I mean? And this isn't the best situation possible, but then you have to, if you could sit there in a huddle and tell LeBron James to shut the fuck up, you can tell James Harden he can come off the bench.
But the thing is too, it's like he's probably also going head to head with management. Like, I don't know, maybe he wasn't the most
Steve
excited
Ballmer's
about
Mr. Energy.
Yeah, maybe he wasn't the most excited to get James Harden. Like maybe he didn't expect it. Really, he didn't really care for it because they were doing.
I doubt he wanted James Harden.
They were doing decent before James Harden, and then now James Harden comes in, and now they're 0-6. Like, honestly, let's take a look in the mirror. Maybe James Harden isn't the answer, and I agree with you. Maybe they should just trade him again, and he just keeps getting traded because this is not like the
Cat would also be fun as a pick and pop with Harden too because you can shoot the ball.
Yeah, you love your.
I'm still thinking this through.
You're shooting big man, and Cat needs a change of scenery. you know what? Like, let's get
I said
him
we've
out
been
of
talking about
Minnesota.
trade. We've
Yeah,
been talking about
talked
trading
it.
Cat for months now.
Yeah, we
like I'm
talked
just.
about it.
I'm looking at the man in the mirror. No, I think I genuinely think that's a good trade because obviously you get a good piece back for Paul George. Paul George is older than Cat. Cat is younger. You can kind of build around Cat, and you have to build. The Clippers are getting old, so to get another piece for Paul George in terms of you can build around Cat and see what he can do. I like it.
Yeah.
Good fucking thinking, man.
Thank you.
General manager Colin here.
You know what I'm saying?
We do force
One day,
trade.
one day.
Hit force trade.
So it's time to talk about his James Harden evil twin. Well, James Harden is the evil twin. It's time to talk about the good counterpart, his tether. And Tyrese Maxey is the name. Like, Tyrese Maxey is the next James Harden, but better.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know why I say that? Is because he can shoot like him.
Yep.
He can get to the rack like him. He can do all that shit. But you know why Tyrese Maxey is fucking better?
Mid-range.
Oh, no, you could add that too.
Okay.
But no, Tyrese Maxey, I think, is like a better James Harden just because of like his effort and how he plays.
Okay.
I think that's important. That's winning basketball. I think like when it's time to turn it on, you can go get it. When it's time to dive on the floor, he would dive on the floor. When it's time to make a steal, when it's time to play defense, when it's time to be an all-around player, that's what Tyrese Maxey is. He's an energy guy. He's the guy that turns up. James Harden in his prime, yeah, he was a bucket getter. Does he play winning basketball? Does he cut? Does he dive? Does he get rebounds? Does he play defense? Does he does all the things that you need to do to win the championship besides scoring? No. Tyrese Maxey has extended. I think he's averaging 20 at this point. Yeah, I think he's been phenomenal. This motherfucker will have 10 points, and you're like, oh, I need you to get us 10. He'll get 10. Mm-hmm. He's get 2 threes a game. Like he's been a fucking man, bro. He's been way better. The Sixers look way better. Obviously, they have Nick Nurse, offensive-minded coach. And it's not Doc Rivers. But I think that when you really looked at Tyrese Maxey in his game, he deserves a lot of fucking praise because everything that James Harden was trying to coach him and tell him to do, he's done it, and he's done it. He's passed people's expectations. Tyrese Maxey is the fucking man. Tyrese Maxey is a better version of James Harden in this present day.
Yeah, listen, I love to talk shit about the 76ers as much as the next guy, and I hate them as a Miami Heat fan. But like, the process, like, it looks good right now. They're 8-2 so far through 10 games in the season. Joel Embiid looks really good. Tyrese Maxey's been playing. Tobias Harris. Great. Tyrese Maxey's been playing.
Tobias Harris over me? Yes.
Tyrese Maxey, though, has been playing on a whole nother level that we haven't seen from him. And he's really embracing like kind of that Philadelphia grit of he's going to do whatever it takes to win. And it's showing. And that NBA draft, like, it's showing why like he should have been drafted higher. And it's incredible to watch. And prayers up to Kelly Oubre, who's having an incredible season before he got hit by a car. That's a big loss. It's a huge loss. That's crazy. That's crazy though. It's like he was having a career
Kelly
year.
Oubre gets healthy.
Yeah, I hope he gets healthy quick.
He's having a great year.
He was having a great season. And then but still, Philadelphia has not missed a beat. And I don't know, they might be like running through the East, like low key. Like I really think like James Harden, the one good thing about James Harden being on the 76ers was being that mentor for Tyrese Maxey. And now he's gone. Maxey could be on leash and he could kind of run away with it.
Listen.
And this is a whole new Sixers team with Nick Nurse. I love Nick Nurse.
I see something that somebody said that Joel Embiid is the greatest scorer ever.
That's insane.
And it might sound crazy.
That doesn't even warrant a reply.
It doesn't? Why? Let's talk about this. Why?
Because the playoffs exist, and that's when shit matters. He consistently has like single-digit outings in like big games.
My bad.
I can name you probably.
James Harden is one of the greatest scorers ever. I've seen him fold.
I can name you 5 other.
You're right, but the regular, there's too many.
I can name you 5 other better scorers than Joel Embiid.
Oh, go ahead.
LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Wilt. Give me Michael Jordan and give me probably
everybody
Kareem.
Was a fallacy.
Kareem.
I'm just saying, this pace, this motherfucker is he's averaging 30.
Yeah.
And like he's a bucket at will. Nobody can stop him.
No.
Like I think he's James Harden at center when it comes to like prime James Harden in terms of scoring, right? Because like he's a bucket, he can get it. But he can also bait you into fouls.
So everyone on the 76ers.
That's why they called him the foul bros.
Yeah, everybody's James Harden. I told you, James Harden was the fucking shit. But he just
he was. But
no, he was. He just gave like it was like the first half of the season last year, and like in Philly was like he was great and he knew his role and like what needed to do to win. But then like he got bored. He got bored and he got tired and he was like, I'm just gonna do whatever I want, and that's not what the
Also,
team
but
needed.
hey, I ain't gonna do this because LeBron got better. But you said LeBron's a better scorer than him. Obviously, it's great, all-time leading scorer. I've seen LeBron James get like average 9 points or 13 points in the finals.
Yeah, I mean, everyone. Listen,
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody. It's happened to
I mean,
everybody.
it happens sometimes. You know
It's
what I mean?
happened
And
to
I seen
everybody.
LeBron struggle in that Spurs series when they won the first time, struggling until the end.
Yeah.
I mean, so I seen LeBron struggle. If you talking about scoring, struggling. So I think Embiid, I think people don't take enough fucking like they underappreciate his scoring. Like,
Sure.
he's a bucket, motherfucker.
I know.
I ain't gonna lie. That's impressive. What he's doing at the center
time?
position? Who's doing that at center now in this generation?
Sure, but
at center,
greatest of all time.
I mean, it sounds like blasphemy, but think about it. At center, what he's doing in this generation. Well, what center is doing that? We missed the big man and what the big man used to be for the game. Like,
ask me at the All-Star break.
Huh?
I mean, that's like just not like the greatest scorer.
I don't know.
My bad.
No, you're good.
See, no.
What's happening now? I just want to add this about the Sixers. If you watch their games, because I talked about the mid-range last year, it was all him and Harden. Embiid and Harden led the league in like pick and rolls, all that stuff. And so they would they would screen it, and they would either throw it into Embiid down low and let him cook, or they would go out to Harden and he would try to sling the rock or drive or whatever. But now because Maxey can shoot the mid-range, so many teams play the drop against the Sixers because they have to worry about Embiid. So there's all this space for him to work with. James Harden notoriously never shot mid-range shots. Maxey has that quick first step and he has the fadeaway. He's doing so much more on the court than the Sixers were ever doing before. And if you watch their offense, it is so much more fun, free moving. That is why the Sixers are doing.
You know how they say Rex Grossman was like, "Fuck it, I'm going deep." Well, James Harden was like, "Fuck it, I'm shooting the 3 like, at will." But all right, not James Harden. Another 3-point threat from beyond the line, 40 feet deep. What is going on with Damian Lillard?
See, let me
They're not running the pick and roll enough.
Let me tell you a little secret about Damian Lillard. He does not want to be there, so he's destroying the Milwaukee Bucks from the inside out. And then the Bucks will trade him to the Miami Heat halfway through the season, and then Miami Heat he'll just be averaging 30 points a game for the Miami Heat. I mean, listen, like this is what it is. He didn't want to go there, so he's just saying, "Fuck it." You know what? Let me just suck.
I'm gonna keep it a beam with you. All that Heat culture shit is dead. Nobody wants to do that anymore.
It's not dead. It's just corny. That's shit on the court.
Like, bro, when you tell me like practice is so hard that your
What do you
knees
mean?
hurt and you need knee pads and shit like that.
Haywood Highsmith in the starting lineup.
I do like
the Heat are
Haywood
6-0. Stop it. I don't want to hear it. Duncan Robinson had 26.
Nobody wants to play for
your baby boy.
That's my baby boy at 26 the other night.
Nobody wants to play for the Patriots in the NBA, bro. It's over.
The
Golden.
You can't do that.
Why can't I do that?
Because Boston fans are the worst people ever.
I'm not talking about fans. I'm talking about the organization and how they run it.
I just want to get my way.
That's the Boston Celtics is the Patriots of the NBA, not just because they're in the same geographical area, but like just because of the success. Like Boston's been good for so long. They've won
it's
so
the
many
Spurs
championships.
are the Patriots of the NBA.
You think?
You talking about just like with their guys and the coach.
Fine.
Sorry, we're going too far.
I'm going. Fuck it.
Okay.
Darrell Reeves said that he didn't enjoy winning a championship with the Patriots, right? Because
he did.
Darrell Reeves.
Okay, yeah.
And
good.
That's because the way they ran their organization, right? And then I feel like with the Miami Heat, Iguodala said it's so taxing on you. By the time you get to the game, it's like you're fucking like panicking because you practice already so hard, your knees ain't there, you're shot.
He's old.
And it's like the Heat culture thing, like who the fuck wants to play in that at this point? You got these Gen Z basketball players that are like, nah, they can't handle that type of shit. Like they've been AAU circuits, been fucking acting like fucking idiots their whole life. Jalen Green humping his teammates. Like they not ready for that whole Heat culture thing. You know what I'm saying? I want to will the left way, but you follow me.
It's for certain people. It's for certain people. That's why.
That's why. My bad. Yeah, we got. I'm wild. All right, Dame. But I think that Dame. I think that him and Giannis don't fit well together, and I think that was the key. Everybody thought it was going to be like the purpose, like Giannis can't shoot.
Freak time.
Yeah, cream time. I think that people thought that was going to work, but I think in the beginning of like superstar players trying to play with each other, they're like, "Oh, should I pass it to you? No, you take the rings."
Yeah. We saw it last year with Luka.
Remember? You ever seen Hey Arnold?
Yes.
He was like, and Oscar was like, "No, you take the money." It was kind of like that. You take the basketball. But I think what I realized when Dame wasn't there, Giannis started going crazy, like 30-point games, 25. Like, and I feel like Giannis is in a point where he doesn't know how to be himself now, right? Because he's deferring to
Giannis or Dame?
Giannis. No, because
Giannis is playing well. Dame's
no, he's playing well, but like when he was going, when Dame was out like that game or two, like Giannis had to turn it up, and we saw what the fuck was going on. We're like, oh, he's still him, but he's just like the whole Dame thing is not.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens when you have like another superstar like on your team.
It's essentially, not just that, it's that Giannis needs the ball in his hand way more than people realize because they say like, oh, he's not a shooter. Like they have not been running the pick and roll at all. When they started this, it was like you do the high pick and roll so that you get both these guys sprinting down the basket and Giannis is going to catch it and dunk instead of dribble it and dunk. Yeah, they're not doing that. It's like I saw so many possessions. I was at the game last week where Giannis just dribbled it and Dame was just playing off ball. Dame Lillard's too good to play off ball. You need to learn how to play them together where Dame can drive and, with the space that he creates, either finishes for himself or dishes it out to Giannis.
Well, that's why it doesn't work because you got two ball.
I think it's on Adrian Griffin because he needs to be like, yo, stop taking turns and instead figure out how to be a two-headed monster.
Right, and that was what worked with Drew Holiday there. Was Drew Holiday didn't need the ball in his hands and he could play off ball. And it was just like the offense
can play off ball, but he's not at his best.
But exactly. And like you don't want him to play.
It's like driving a Cadillac in the mud.
That's exactly it. You don't want Dame to play off ball. You want the ball in Dame's hands, but you also want the ball in Giannis's hands. And that's what was good with Drew Holiday was that he put the ball in Giannis's hands. And that's the issue that we're seeing right now. They just need to figure it out. But if they can't figure it out, it just needs to be they need to move. Like they need to obviously Giannis is their guy. So they honestly they just need to move on from Dame, whether it's to the Miami Heat, which I hope, or I know it's not going to happen, but like they do need to figure it out because then they're not going to win anything if this is the issue that's going to persist.
Something to watch out for as the year lags on though, and these teams get more tired though, because Giannis is he's a great defensive player, and the Bucks for the first time in a very long time are a terrible defensive team. Their point of attack defense is absolute shit. I think Giannis is going to take it on himself to I got to be him on defense. And he's gonna get tired.
Yeah, it's gonna be an issue.
I saw Giannis make a turnaround three, which is fucking crazy because Giannis
doesn't.
And at this point in my life, I'm a Giannis hater. I'm letting y'all know this right now, and I know I've been attacked for this. Milwaukee fans, they didn't like that too much because I said that Giannis is a fake nice guy. I feel like it's all an act, and people don't want to believe it. Like when he got ejected, and he was like, "Come get me, come get me." I fucking hate that motherfucker. I don't say that. That's too much. But I just think
you just like him.
He's corny.
I can smell.
He rubs you the wrong way.
I can smell the bullshit.
Yeah.
I can smell it. You can do all the dad jokes you want. I see it, and I get it. I think he's a good dude.
Good for the community.
At the same time, on the court, I hate it.
Guys don't. Really
I hate him because he travels more than anyone I know. He commits offensive fouls more than anyone I know. But the NBA has different rules for their superstars.
All right,
Bro plays football.
Should the Nuggets trade for Zach LaVine?
This is a Colin.
All right, give us.
My hot take about Zach LaVine is that My hot take about Zach LaVine is that the Denver Nuggets should trade for him. And people never think whenever there's a big superstar up for grabs, they never say, "Oh, the team that won it." They always disclude the championship team. And I get that, the Nuggets super well functioning machine. Why would you want to mess that up? But also, what if they lose in the playoffs this year? You're gonna go back and think, what if we just took it to the next level? My thing is I don't ever want to be complacent. And I think that paying Michael Porter Jr. $33 million a year while he has inconsistent night after night, while he has inconsistent game after games, that they should, try to upgrade. If there's a chance to upgrade, you should do it.
I'll raise one better. I think they should trade Zach LaVine for Jamal Murray.
Nah.
Whoa, no.
Because the reason I like LaVine for Michael Porter Jr. is because they're the same kind of player.
Yeah, and I think
it's that LaVine is better.
Yes,
LaVine's just a better shooter, and the dunking, the penetration that they're gonna get from him cutting to the basket. The yams between him and Aaron Gordon, that dunk contest, they're gonna be on the same team. He's a more consistent shooter.
I always go back to the meme of it's a picture of Jokic, Jamal, I think Aaron Gordon, and someone else being to Michael Porter Jr. Please pass the ball. And Michael Porter, it's a picture of Michael Porter Jr. He's contested three, let's go. And it's I get it. Zach LaVine is an upgrade. They're both not gonna. They're a similar style player, but
catch and shoot
Zach LaVine is better.
Catch and shoot cutter, he makes sense.
And he's more exciting.
Maybe I'm bugging, but first of all, Jamal Murray is very inconsistent at this point, unless he plays the Lakers and he turns into fucking Game 6 Jordan. I don't understand it. And then I take that back. I don't think they should trade for Zach LaVine because I think Zach LaVine is overrated, and I don't mean that in I mean that in I'm not saying that to troll. I really fucking mean that because even when he was on, where was it? OKC? Where was he before?
Minnesota.
I thought he was all right. I thought he could dunk.
Yeah, he was
like,
exciting.
you know what I mean? Like he
like
had great athleticism. I think he's like, you know how like they in love with Josh Allen's talent. I think it's the same thing with Zach LaVine. Like he's talented.
Well, he's going to be the third option there. Sometimes maybe even the fourth option.
I think
I'm cool with Zach LaVine as a third and fourth option.
Fine.
I think
not one or two, which is what he is in Chicago.
More in Chicago, and
he did. He's better than I ever thought he could.
Personally, for me, like I think Zach LaVine should be traded to the Miami Heat, and I think it's not. I know it's like I'm a Miami Heat fan. I think everyone should be traded to the Miami Heat, but it's a good fit though.
You know what era you're in right now? Remember when the Knicks?
I think so.
Remember when the Knicks had all the memes?
I don't think he's a good enough passer to get like Jimmy. You
don't need him to be the passer. It's Jimmy and Bam are the passers. Jimmy and Bam are very good at facilitating the ball.
He's averaging 22 points on 17 shots a game right now. Like I think he's better serving as a shooting cutter in Denver.
When Jimmy's not on his game and he's more of a rebounding assist type of game. Give it to Zach.
Remember the memes that one summer when it was like everybody was going to the Knicks? That's what the Heat were in like last summer.
Yeah,
and they didn't get anybody. And I feel like the whole Miami,
the Lakers do that too.
They're done.
We got
They're done.
They just won 6 in a row.
Don't stop.
They just won 6 in a row.
It sounds good.
Don't stop.
It sounds
Tyler Hero's hurt.
It sounds good because it is good too.
Because
6 in a row is an accomplishment.
Yeah, stop that. Stop your noise. We got Thomas Bryant. That's who we got. We got Thomas motherfucking Bryant.
Yeah.
Legit backup center.
Yeah.
Not Cody Zeller.
You get mopped up by Tyrese Maxey this year in the Boston Celtics. You're not beating those two teams. You're not.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. No, it's. Listen, this Miami Heat team's a good team.
All right.
They're a good, gritty team.
All right. Anyway. All right. Lou Will said the Clippers gave up in the bubble. Now, I think here's the thing. I think that what he's saying is true. I think that a lot of people, not only him, they talked about how miserable they were in the bubble and how terrible it was, and they felt like they were just in jail because they couldn't do anything. All they could do is go to poolside and sip margaritas. I get it. Blah, 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 blah. Cry. But I think it's like this, bro. That's what I mean by like when we used to talk about the mental toughness of players, and LeBron is not mentally tough. You can say what you want, but he won that championship in that bubble, and you said that was the toughest environment to be in because you were away from your family. You couldn't go party. You couldn't go wing. Lou Will left the bubble to go to Atlanta to get wings in a strip club. I want y'all to know that. So when it came down to hooping and winning, you really got to see who really wanted to win and who really wanted to hoop. Even Jamal Murray in the bubble at that time when they were down, I think 3-1, he texted his team and was like, yo, I do not want to go home. I want to win this. Motherfuckers wanted to hoop. Yes. Motherfuckers want to win. And that's why you saw them get to the Western Conference Finals. Yeah. That's why it built a foundation for them and who they are now.
Yes.
Lou Will's out here talking about the Sixers with him and Drew Holiday could have been the Golden State Warriors. I don't even give a fuck.
He said what?
Yeah, he said that if they would have stuck together and Doug Collins didn't fuck that team up, they would have been the Golden State Warriors.
Bro, Evan Turner was leading that team and scoring off the bench. What is he going on about?
He's drunk, bro. That's what I'm just saying. You could see who really wanted it and who didn't, bro. Like at the end of the day, like I get it. Like it was a bad time in the bubble, but we were in the pandemic, bro.
You just spent like I don't get being in there for part of it and then be like, no, like don't you want the months that you spent or the weeks that you spent in there to be worth it? Like
then he said like, oh well. We started to hear that people weren't going to say that this championship counts in the finals. Well, guess what? You don't have any championships.
I get that, but that's not a reason to care.
Like, here's my take on it. Like, number one, I feel like everyone's clowning this championship more than not because LeBron won it. I feel like if a different team won it, it wouldn't be clowned as much. Maybe still a little bit. Maybe still a little bit. I
totally disagree.
I think still would have been clowned, but that's not my point. Like, my point, like, he was saying, like, oh, we got together and decided, yeah, we're going to take our foot off the gas. Number one, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? You lost. Just take your L on the chin and keep it moving. You had Pandemic P. That was the nickname I was thinking about. I forgot his name. Pandemic P sucked.
Who did he lose to?
The Lakers, right?
No.
Dallas. No, Denver. I
can't remember. But like, exactly. Like they lost. They sucked. Like, it's not like, oh, we took our foot off the gas. No, you guys sucked. Like, you think Paul George was like
going up 3-1 and Liz? I understand that analogy.
Like, do you think Paul George was having fun being called Pandemic P?
No, but they didn't suck. They choked.
All they had is two more series to go.
Exactly.
All you had to do was thug it out. If you wanted to win and talk about, oh well, people would say this doesn't count. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. I understand the logic of like, yo, I wanted to go home because it was like I wanted to be I understand that completely. But just saying that I'm just going, well, we're just gonna throw it in. That's crazy.
You're a pro. Yeah. You're a pro. The whole goal of the season is to win a championship. and you're there to win a championship. And that's, again, you talk about that mental toughness that LeBron had, that like all these other teams wanted it more. You guys didn't say like, you know what, we're going to lose on purpose. No, you guys just choked. You guys just blew it. Like, that's it. You lost. Just eat it. Like, no one's even thinking about, I'm not even thinking about the Clippers from the bubble. Like, I don't even care. I don't even care, bro.
If they did throw that series, that is a testament to who they are as an organization or a team.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that should roll.
And you look at them differently.
Because obviously, we give them passes because of their injuries, but like realistically, like that team is in shambles right now.
I almost don't believe that. I think that's him saying that is a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
It's him making an excuse for why they lost because it was towards the end of his career. It was his last chance to get a chip, and he didn't do it.
I 100% agree. Like, this is like, you guys just lost. It happens. Just keep it moving. Nobody.
That said, though, if the Clippers did win that championship, it would have been Lemicky, but like times like 10 because it's the Clippers, and the discourse around the Clippers is make fun of them relentlessly because it's the Clippers.
But like, honestly, it could have been like,
still not a reason to not compete.
But the Clippers, like, it could have been like, oh, the Clippers actually won something. We should start taking them more serious. I get what you're saying, but like, again, like, it's such bullshit excuse to say like we took our foot off the gas. Like, no, you lost and that's it. I'm not thinking about that Clippers team in the bubble. It's like just another reason to stay relevant and to stay like within like the media conversation. Is Lou Will talking about that?
Listen, man, I'm gonna wrap this up and give my final thoughts, bro. The in-season tournament, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, I'm just trying to figure. Like, I get it. Like, you got to win some games, and like your scoring matters. You get points, and then you get to Vegas. Like, I understand the concept, but I don't really get it. Nobody understands. The players don't understand. Adam Silver, you just had like 3 blowouts last night. Luka had like 15 points. Like in the fourth, I don't even know what irks me about the NBA. Like, what happened to like I'm still trying to win the game at the fourth quarter? Like, people just empty the bench at the top of the fourth. Like, they don't even give a fuck anymore. At the top of the fourth, they're just emptying the benches. So they're doing that in the playing game. So like, some people don't give a fuck. But then I have a conspiracy theory that everybody realizing the 2 playoff games that LeBron played in, he played the Suns and he played who last night?
The 2 tournament games that they played?
Oh,
they
played
playoffs.
No, the in-season games.
Oh, they played
played the Suns and
the Grizzlies, right?
The Grizzlies, the Grizzlies suck. But you know, they beat the dog shit out of the Grizzlies and they beat the Suns. And people are starting to realize that they said that LeBron's a cheap motherfucker.
I was just
right.
And
so there's not a doubt in my mind that LeBron is going for that $500K because there's no way he's leaving money on the fucking line. If you don't know this, LeBron, wait till the story about LeBron James being cheap about like his Roman minutes while they were on the boat.
No, it's true.
And what is it, 2008?
No, and then
it don't matter. It's LeBron
T-Mobile.
And you're a millionaire. You're a lifetime billionaire.
There was that movie that LeBron was in with like Bill Hader. Trainwreck. And like there was that scene where they were at like lunch and he's like,
I know what you're talking about.
You're paying for the bill. You're LeBron fucking James. And then he's like feeling his wallet. He's like, oh, I left my wallet in the car. And he's like, fuck you. Like LeBron cheap. Listen, $500K on the line.
That was a movie.
This is
what are we talking about?
But like with D Wade saying that story, like listen, I saw that. No, I was gonna bring this up. No, JBobby, I was literally, if you didn't bring it up, I was gonna bring this up because hey, $500K on the line, and the Lakers are 2-0.
The Lakers been looking like shit.
And he's also a bad father because he let what's his name steal his kid. Let me finish my joke in Space Jam 2 because movies are real now.
No, but what I'm saying is that the Lakers have been ass, right? And
I get rhythm,
and they've been cruising, and I get it. And then now LeBron wants to turn it on from the end.
I'm saying like, listen, he's turning it up on the play.
Come on, man.
That extra $500K.
Well, yo,
nice.
If you like the content and you rock with us, make sure you like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, IG, TikTok, all that. Hard in the Paint with JBobby, Colin, Gio. Sign off. Gang, gang.